In this video, I'm going to explain the intelligent scheduling calculates default box and then the task start constraint type box of the task scheduling settings. So this first setting here, it defines what's going to be calculated when you input a task. So by default, we calculate the percent of the person's day. That's their percent allocation on a task. That means that when you put a task in, you'll provide the duration or how many days the task is supposed to take, and then the effort, like how many hours if someone were to sit down and do the task in one fell swoop. So you'll provide a duration, maybe of 5 days and 4 hours worth of work for that week on that task. And then our tool, Project Insight, will calculate the percent of resource workday. You can change this though, so that you provide how much duration, 5 days, and like say a percent of, maybe it's for 5 days, 25% of their time. Then Project Insight will calculate how much work it is. Or if you choose duration, you can do the same thing and provide 25% effort to get 8 hours of work done, and it'll figure out how long the task will take. So that's what this setting does. It allows you to have a default calculation. And again, this is set at the system level and then copied down into projects, and then even copied down into an individual task. This next setting is what's the default constraint. You're either going to have ASAP after project start or ASAP after task created date and project start, basically. And the difference between these two is that if you say ASAP after project start and the project started a year ago, if you don't have any constraints on the task, then it'll try to schedule it like a year ago. But if you had a project that started a year ago and you put a task in today, it'll schedule the task for today. It won't schedule it, and this is assuming there's no predecessors and no other constraints. So the only time you really want to use ASAP after project start is if you're importing an older project that is you've already done it and you're just importing everything to see how it went. Normally you'd want this one ASAP after task created date. That way, if you put a brand new task into an active project, it won't be scheduled a week ago or a month ago or whenever the project started. It'll be scheduled at least today. And then if you have predecessors in that task, it'll obviously intelligently schedule them. And then the final setting in this area here is task predecessor defaults to lag. You can have it default to lead time or lag time. That means if you put, you can override it real easily, but this gives you a default mode for when you're using the point and click on predecessors. Normally predecessors don't even have lead or lag at all, but this allows you to default it one way or another.